So if we're going to have a conversation on coaches, let's go right to the Sheldon Keefe conversation. Okay. Last week I wrote about the thoughts of him coming back. Would not be without a contract extension. I think Elliot went on the other night and followed that up. The sense is, guys, everybody's on board with a contract extension.
Oh, you mean within the organization or within Leafs Nation?
Sammy, share your little detail.
Yeah, okay. Listen, a contract extension for Sheldon Keefe coming back for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's get everyone's thoughts out.
To me, you absolutely cannot extend him. Like if I'm on the board of MLSC and I'm talking with the new general manager, Brad Treliving, and I'm saying, hey, you're going to extend Keefe. Okay. But what if you don't like what he's doing halfway through this year? So we're going to pay him this amount of money, and then halfway through this year, we're going to fire him, and we're going to have to pay him anyway. Like, he doesn't, in my mind, he doesn't have enough, clout and experience. Like, he's been in the league, I guess, 3 years now? Like, sorry, bud, this is going to be a lame duck season for you. If you want to come back, you're going into your last year.
So get rid of him. If Sam's
agreed.
Sam says get rid of him. No, JB?
Well, I know he put up a poll today of about 1,000 people voted in on Leafs Nation fans. Do you want him back? And I think
we're at 68% of people say they do not want Sheldon Keefe.
Here's my thing with Keefe. I think he is a good coach, an NHL coach. I think he's, I enjoyed working with him. I think he is very capable of coaching a team to a Stanley Cup championship. I also think that he is a Dubas guy. And if the Leafs are turning the page on the Dubas era and saying, okay, that just didn't work, we're getting away from that whole thing, I think it's really strange to
just move on,
have Dubas leave and keep a guy who believes everything that Dubas believed. And, and kind of have one foot in the door, and to your point, extend him and Sarah Valley, and it's not coming from nowhere, the extension rumor. So to me, it's just a strange fit, and I can see it going where Sam is talking about, where you go, oh, no, we're paying for a guy not to coach here if you don't like how it's going.
Great points.
Thank you.
Pick one.
Of my points?
You want him to coach the Leafs to Stanley Cup final, or you want to get rid of him because he's a Dubas guy? Give me one or the other, but don't give me both sides.
I will tell you, if it were me, and so it's just really hard for me to say because I like him and he's a friend.
I don't care.
I would be moving on.
You wouldn't extend him.
I would not extend him.
Okay, so that's 2 non-extensions.
And if you wanted to go into the year with him to evaluate, maybe you can extend him in December if you like.
No.
Well, what do you mean no? If they're in first place and playing great and it's all working, yes.
Guess what? We've seen him play great and be in first place for 3 years.
If there's nothing you can do to keep people happy, you're in trouble as a coach.
I just think that it is not that black and white when it comes to keeping them or getting rid of them.
I just like to clarify the Leafs have never won their division under these guys. Carry on.
And if you do get rid of them, for all the great points that you made, who's coming in? Like, if I cannot feel 100% on the guy moving forward and I'm just doing it for the sake of Sammy, it's not the right decision.
Okay, if there's still Gallant and Vigneault out there, I think both are good coaches.
How about Laviolette?
That's the name I meant, not Vigneault. I wanted, Gallant or Laviolette. Those to me are two established guys who can dig in a little harder than Sheldon has in the past. That could be a bit of a cultural reset, who can handle Toronto media, experienced guys. They want an experience in the GM. I don't see it being a bad thing for a coach either. But you're going to have to pay one of those guys, whatever, 4.5 a year. 4. Who cares?
The other point that I made last week when I wrote my article was, Sammy, now listen carefully, okay? If you send Sheldon Keefe into a Maple Leaf dressing room without a contract, the players will look at you like you got 3 heads. Are you following me here? There is a lack of respect.
I 100% get that perspective.
If you are not good enough in the eyes of our management, then they're going to look at you like you're not good enough for us.
Yeah, you're right, Kip.
That's a great point. And I can't disagree with it. So then I guess the number one thing is there's two choices like we've been talking about, and it's extend or bye-bye.
And to me, extension feels like we don't have the time to make the right decision here. or we don't have the time to make the decision we want, so we're just going to extend. Like, to me, I understand the idea that there's no one else out there, but there are other people out there. And hey, maybe Tree Living is a guy who's like, I don't particularly care for Gallant or for Laviolette. I've also seen, I know Chris Versteeg went on Bunk's show this morning and said Patrick Waugh is an interesting name. So for me,
the Memorial Cup win led by Patrick Waugh last night. And
I don't know if you guys guarantee you didn't watch any of it, but that was a ass kicking. That was not close. Outclassed big time the Ramparts and the Seattle Thunderbirds. Well, they weren't on the same ice surface. Anyways, continue.
Yeah. Here's my thing with Waugh. He is too much. You know what I mean? He is a big personality and an ego. He is Mike Babcock 2.0 here in Toronto, where it's just, this is not a place where you need your head coach making stories. And to me, he's a guy who cannot avoid that. He can't tell a lie. He is the truth teller, and that's dangerous in this media environment.
Why is it so dangerous? Maybe that would be refreshing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just think it's a lot.
Maybe a little truth serum would be the best thing for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
That would be fascinating.
By a guy.
Listen, for this show's sake, oh my God, bring us Patrick Waugh.
Kippers Clippers featuring Patrick Waugh would be the most electrifying thing on earth.
By a guy who knows how to win.
He's a winner.